Thank you for waiting, it took some time cause. It is written and edited by myself. I hope you like it. Today everyone knows and respects the Dark Knight of Gotham. He is one of the most famous superhero in the comics. He is the Knight and he is the Vengeance. But today let's see his very first appearances to know how was our caped crusader in his beginning, and what I like and hate about it in Golden Age of Comics. But before that, let me tell you about the Golden Age of Comics. The Golden Age of Comics started in 1938 with release of Action Comics issue 1, and was called so because of its still unmatched levels of creativity. Many of your heroes such as Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, and the Batman and Robin, and many influential villains such as the Joker, Hugo Strain, Clayface, Two-Face, and the Penguin, and many more heroes and villains have their origin in the Golden Age of Comics. So now you know about the Golden Age of Comics, let's get started. The Batman of the Golden Age of Comics was both a mysterious and deadly figure. He was willing to do what our modern Batman wouldn't. He was willing to take a life. This Batman was willing to do anything so what happens to him will never happen to anyone else. So he trained himself to the task to push himself to brink of his limits earlier in his life. This Batman was dark and brutal and wasn't afraid to kill his enemies. In fact, he occasionally used guns in his early comics. Further, in his earlier years, he not only faced criminals, but he also faced gothic horrors such as vampires and werewolves, mad scientists and monsters, and a giant gorilla. The art style of earlier comics was more dark and gritty. Even in non-horror themed issues, the art style transmits mystery and dread, as if we are in the presence of this mysterious creature of the night. They nailed it in the atmosphere department, and this was truly the time for the Dark Knight to shine. This was the time for the brutal Dark Knight. And then it ended. He changed, and what caused it? He did. Appearance of Robin was monumental success. This started the whole sidekick thing. But his influence caused Batman to change. Gone the days of mysterious Dark Knight, and came the days of grinning caped crusader and his aide the boy Wonder. Then all of a sudden Batman comics took a turn, gone all the darkness and gritty atmosphere. The Batman comics became too kid-friendly, so much so that you couldn't believe this is the same Batman just a year before. Gone were the days he wielded guns and killed people, and Batman became a father figure for his young daredevil friend. This was done because DC wanted to capture more younger audience, and thus focus was shifted to Robin, as children would connect to him more, and Batman was there as his guardian. Though I hate the sudden change, but I still found some issues too interesting and influential, as after introduction of Robin, he was introduced to the world. Yes, the clown prince of crime himself, the Joker, just as deadly, first appeared in Batman issue 1. Along with his signature killing method and cunning intellect, he was chaos and destruction himself, and he nearly killed the caped crusader in their battle, but Atlas he was captured. There are many more issue and comics I enjoyed in the Golden Age of Comics, even after the shift in tone. But I still believed the change was too drastic and could have been handled better. Batman, in my opinion, works better in the more dark aesthetic and serious storylines, and turning the story entirely for kids robs Batman of that. As Batman comics started featuring more fantasy elements to appeal to kids, and thus came a red con, and thus Batman's no-kill rule is established. There were some interesting issues still in between Batman comics, the issues more catered to more serious audience. Issues with stakes, and it could be just my opinion, these issues were far more enjoyable and interesting than this. But that's just my thoughts. Comment yours below. I will make in part 2 if response is good enough. Like and subscribe if haven't yet.